All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Joachim out there who pushing his word with truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believing on the gospel. And it's the brother Quara Abad from the GMS Houston camp. And real briefly, I want to go into a lesson to touch on this real quick. As I was watching this video earlier from WFI Chicago, and they put this video out 5 days ago. And the title says Negro Evangelist and Wife Tries So Hard to Save Christianity, but was cut to the heart. Now I watched a good maybe 30 minutes of it. And I say this, as all camps, you have certain men who could speak, certain men who can make good points, which is good. It's all good. you know but it's a lot of things that Jake, although they speak good, I'm talking about different camps, but it's a lot of times they miss key points that's in the doctrine, you know and the points that they miss are important topics, man. Now, as you see from the title, it says all nations will be in the kingdom of heaven, not just the Israelites. Now, coming into the truth, we all, we found out, the kingdom of heaven for us, the Israelites, God only love us. He hate the other nations, especially the Edomites, you know, and we just thought, of course, we thought that the kingdom only for us. And there's a lot of Israelites who still got that mindset as if no heathen's going to be there. And even some I caught what he was saying. He was pretty much saying, which I get him on, we'll play it again. But he was pretty much saying all Israel ain't gonna make it, which that's true. But it sounded like he's saying as if the 2/3 ain't gonna come back, you know, ain't gonna come back and be born through the elect again. But this shouldn't be long. I just want to hit a couple points. I'm gonna play this video first. Just want to hit a couple points though. But again, I think this is an important topic, such as others. For example, when people come up, Edomite or something, and they think it's an all black movement or black and Hispanic movement. Or if you have a Christian like Vocab Malone or somebody come up and try to say this is a black Hebrew Israelite movement, a way to dismantle them and their angle that they're trying to take, we could simply explain, no, it's not no black movement. Israelites, we could look like all nations. We've been scattered to the four corners. So, of course, over thousands of years, we're going to look like all people. So it ain't just a black and Mexican and Native American movement. Israelite could look like any nation as long as you come from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and your spirit agree with these scriptures. I think a key point like that is good to bring out because, one, you dismantle somebody who's trying to come up against the doctrine, and also that give comfort to people who probably thought it was a black movement, was a white person or an Indian person. Now they give them a little faith, But what I want to touch on, it says all nations will be in the kingdom of heaven, not just the Israelites. Going back, coming into the truth, we just think, it's just gonna be us in the kingdom. But no, the heathens gonna be there too. The heathens will be in the kingdom of heaven. They gotta be. Because if we go be a nation of kings and priests, I ain't never seen a king work for himself. Gotta do stuff for himself. He needs servants. So this is the thing. Although the heathens are not partakers of the blessings that we're going to have as the nation of Israel, the covenant, right? They not going to have new bodies. The heathens I'm talking about, they not going to have new bodies in the kingdom of heaven. They not going to have everlasting life. You see, the kingdom wasn't given to them as a gift and a promise, but they will be there though. That's the thing. Just like all nations had a time to rule, we're in a so-called white man rulership. But guess what? We here as his servants. Every nation had a time to rule, and he had the other nations under them as servants. So the same thing for the kingdom of heaven. Once the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans rule, the nations will be here. Why? Because it's gonna be on earth. That's another thing. When people talk about the kingdom of heaven, they think everybody's just gonna go float in the sky. No, we gonna be on earth. But let's go ahead and play this video. It ain't that long. And Shalom Tala Akim, Akwat, who may be tuning in, Yahweh Bashim Al Shah Thumb, who tuning in. But we're gonna play this video. Let's get the brother Azamawath precept first. This Proverbs chapter 14 and 28. It says, a growing population is a king's glory, and a prince without subjects has nothing. All right, so we're gonna need somebody that'll serve us. Now, granted, is the kingdom for the heathens? No, it's for the Israelites, but the heathens will be there. Right? So let's go ahead and play a little bit of this video. And Lord willing, y'all can hear it.
You guys are choosing some scripture to support what your core beliefs are.
We're choosing some scripture? How are we choosing?
You guys have a fundamental belief, and you guys are choosing scriptures to support what you already believe.
Didn't what God say, if any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God? Right. So if you speak something, you have to have a biblical scripture or a biblical substantial proof to back what you're saying. Right. You only gave one verse up here, brother, since the whole time we've been up here. Right. I'm giving him the floor right now.
So what I'm hearing from you, and you gotta tell me if I'm right or wrong. You're telling me, no.
I'm listening.
You're telling me that unless you are a Hebrew Israelite by bloodline, the kingdom of heaven is shut off to you.
Absolutely. Let me clarify. Now, even if you're an Israelite, you still have to believe and have faith on.
You see? Now I'm gonna get another part of the video if I can find it. I wish I would have got the timestamps. But on another one, I think it's early on in the video, he went to the Revelation 21, how it explained the 12 gates. The 12 gates for the 12 tribes of Israel. And that was another verse he pulled to show, see, the kingdom only for the Israelites. But again, it's for us, it's given to us, right? As a blessing and a gift from the Lord. But the nations will be there, though. That's the point. And I think that's something that got to be said, because it brings light to the doctrine on what we saying. Because a lot of Jake, they may get that, but they don't want to give heathens hope, no hope at all, which they don't got no hope. But Jake, you got to explain that, man, because it's true. It's a part of the truth, though. Let's play it. Let's finish playing it.
The kingdom of heaven is shut off to you.
Absolutely. Let me clarify. Now, even if you're an Israelite, you still have to believe and have faith on the Father and his Son. So you could be an Israelite and still not get to the kingdom of heaven. Right. But the kingdom was promised to Abraham.
And even that, he true. And I'm gonna say this, Jake made some beautiful points in this lesson. But even on that, all Israel won't make it on his first go round. When Yahweh Shai come back, but all Israel will definitely be in the kingdom of heaven.
Isaac and Jacob. Does everybody on the earth come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob?
But God did say that through Abraham's seed, all nations.
What does he mean by that?
It's all nations. He included the Gentiles.
How are they blessed?
By faith. The Bible says in the book of Romans.
Give me Genesis chapter 12. Give me verse 3.
I'm just kind of curious when you mentioned the fact that Paul said inwardly Israelites. I'm curious, what do you take from that? If you're inwardly Israelites, but it's by blood.
Hold on. You asked two questions. Can I answer both of them? Read that verse. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 12, verse 3.
We just played a little more. I'm trying to find the other part I want to make when he brought out the 12 gates, and we just gonna hit some precepts.
And I will bless them that bless thee. So God said he's gonna bless them that bless thee, read one. And curse him that curseth thee. And what? And curse him that curseth thee. Didn't all other nations curse the Israelites?
I don't know if Puerto Ricans did, but I don't think so.
Puerto Ricans, they're a part of the 12 tribes of Israel.
I know that. I'm just thinking.
The point I brought this up because you said in Nicaea shall all nations be blessed. That every nation has their different blessing. All
right, now look, I'm gonna go to this point. Is at around 6:30. That was one point he said the kingdom only for the Israelites, which again, that's true in a sense because we the only ones who get saved for salvation. Let's play it right here.
Hebrew Israelites and no one else. what you believe, Tad. Look, according to what you believe, Tad. The kingdom of heaven is for the Hebrew Israelites and no one else. My bloodline. Yes or no?
You see, his question was, so you telling me the kingdom of heaven is only for the Israelites by bloodline and no one else?
Revelation 21 and 12. So book of Revelation chapter 21 and verse 12. Break it out. And had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates. And had what? And had 12 gates. What did the kingdom of heaven have? And had 12 gates. Do you know why the kingdom had 12 gates?
Tell me why.
Let's see why. And at the gates 12 angels, and the names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. It says what? Which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. See that? So the kingdom of heaven has 12 gates for the 12 tribes of Israel. If you're not an Israelite, how are you going to get to one of the 12 gates? Right. To the kingdom. Right.
And again, see the way Jake put it, like the 12 gates, like it's somewhere in heaven to where if you're not Israelite, you can't float up into it, as if our rulership not go be on earth. like nobody go walk around nowhere till, like, you feel me? Like the kingdom just inside one big building. In order to get in this building, that's the kingdom of heaven, you got to be Israelite going through the 12 gates. But again, that bring confusion because clearly it brings confusion because all nations on earth, when they ruled, had the opportunity to have an empire, all nations was here. Why is it that when the Israelites rule, the thing is, it's called the kingdom of heaven. That don't mean it's going to be in space somewhere. It's going to be right here on earth. It's not just going to be us, the Israelites on earth, and nobody else here. And we got to work for ourselves. We kings and priests, but I got to wake up and fix my own, go get my own fruit. We go be on earth. And I hope, a lot of, Jake get that, a lot of people teaching, but we go be on earth. Nations will be on earth. And this is the thing, it make the doctrine that much more clearer when you understand that. It sheds light on the truth. Because it's not that we just excluding people. We just telling you, once we get to that stage, as the Israelites ruling, it's going to be called heaven on earth. And we're going to be superior over all nations. As, for example, right now, the so-called white man ruling, he's superior over us and every other nation, man. That's it. But the heathens will be on earth as well. They ain't just go disappear. After 1,000 years, Esau will, but they're going to have to be here. Let me play a little more. We're going to get some precepts. You know what? That was pretty much the point. I'll put in the chat if y'all want to go check it out. Let me put in the chat. But let me get a couple precepts real quick. Now I want to get precepts first to further prove, right, the kingdom is given to the nation of Israel. That's true. Like he pulled the scripture, O tower of the flock, that the kingdom shall come to the daughter of Jerusalem. Let me get this real quick. This Daniel chapter 2. Because he wasn't wrong when he said that, just making a point that in order to complete the picture, bring the full understanding together, you got to let the people know the heathens will be there. They gonna be there. And in my opinion, that make it better. Because now they know in heaven, you're gonna have a judgment as a heathen. You ain't just getting away free. Come on, man. But let's read this real quick. This Daniel chapter 2 and verse 44, straight to the point. And in the days of these kings, and that's talking about now, in the days of America, NATO, and the EU, because when you go into it, it's the end of the statue. It's the end times. In the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom, which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people. Matter of fact, let me get that tower of the flock, just to show what people is talking about, who the kingdom for. Then I go back to that. This is Micah chapter 4 and verse 8. It says, O thou tower of the flock, which that's the 144,000, the heads of Jerusalem, the heads of Israel. It says, the stronghold of the daughter of Zion, unto thee shall it come, even the first dominion. Here it is, the kingdom shall come to the daughter of Jerusalem, to the Israelites. So when we go to Daniel 2, it says in 44, and in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people. So it's coming to the Israelites, and nobody else going. Now, When we talk about it not be left to other people, do that mean they not gonna be there? No, they gonna be there. But they ain't gonna partake in the blessings. They ain't gonna partake in the new bodies, living forever, serving the Lord in perfection. They gonna have to try. They still gonna be in these chains of darkness, man. They gonna have to serve us. Remember, we can't forget Proverbs 29 and 2. After a while of them living under a righteous rulership, even they gonna rejoice. Now, if no heathens was there, who gonna rejoice? But it says, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Let me get one more. The second Maccabees, just to further prove the Lord, yes, the kingdom is for the Israelites, but the heathens gonna be there as well. Real quick, the second Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 17. It says, we hope also that the Most High that delivered all his people, the Israelites, and gave them all an heritage, and what else? And the kingdom. Let's read that again. Second Maccabees 2 and 17. We hope also that the Most High that delivered all his people and gave them all an heritage and the kingdom and the priesthood and the sanctuary. This a Romans 9 and 4 precept right here. Pretty much this saying the same thing Apostle Paul said in Romans 9 and 4. The kingdom is for the Israelites. Right? Matter of fact, I'm going to read verse 18 as well, because it says, as he promised in the law. So see, the kingdom of heaven is a promise to the Israelites. And it says, will shortly have mercy upon us and gather us together out of every land under heaven into the holy place, for he have delivered us out of great troubles and have purified the place, man. You see? Matter of fact, I'm going to get one more to further prove, yes, the kingdom is for the Israelites, but then we can get supporting precepts to show we ain't going to be the only ones here on earth just witnessing it. We had to witness these heathens ruling, stunting on us, ruling over us. So we ain't go witness ourselves seeing these heathens at the bottom. What kind of fairness is that? You know, the Lord chosen people was able to be slaves in all these heathens kingdoms, but when we rule, we ain't gonna have no slaves in that. Nobody gonna be there. See, these things are important because Jacob go to slavery precepts about how we gonna have slaves, but then say no heathens gonna be in the kingdom. This Daniel 2 and 26, straight to the point. It says, but the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion. Now this going into the Israelites taking away Esau Edom dominion, and that's the time we living in now. Second Ezra 6 and 7. And that's going to happen when Yahweh Shai come. But check it out. It says, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and to destroy it unto the end. So after Esau fall, it says this, and the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven, right here on earth. Right here on earth. Let's read it again. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. So indeed, the kingdom is given to the Israelites and the Israelites only. But with that info, we're going to need people that'll serve us. And that take me to Isaiah, the 60th chapter. We're just going to hit a couple verses, move around. And this, it was a video I just came across, because I watched it. Jake never explained that the heathens was gonna be there, and he's not the only one that I heard say that. You got other guys in Wi-Fi. They'll say, even some IUIC members, they'll throw it out as if nobody will be in the kingdom but the Israelites. But let's read this scripture, because this is when we begin to rule as Israelites. Let's see what's going to be the role of the heathens when the Israelites rule. Will they just disappear? Will they be on the same level as us when everybody be one in the kingdom? Let's see. This is Isaiah chapter 60. And I'll start at verse 10. It start off with, let's see, start up. Matter of fact, I'll start at 8, because it's going to us being receiving salvation, going into the chariots. Isaiah 16:8, it says, who are these that fly as a cloud and as the dove to their windows, going into those chariots? It says, surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of Yahweh power, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he have glorified thee. So this is when we getting saved. This is salvation, right? The chariots coming, beaming brothers and sisters up. Let's see what the heathens' role gonna be when the Israelites begin to rule. Verse 10. And the sons of strangers, that's the heathens, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. So when we get in our rulership, we're going to have these other nations there, but as servants. Let me get Isaiah 14 real quick. And I'm going to just kind of bounce around. It's really impromptu. This is Isaiah 14, and I'm going to start at 1. Isaiah 14 and 1, we're going to go back to Isaiah 60. But it's Isaiah 14 and 1. It says, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. As he always chose Israel as his chosen people, he's going to yet do it again for the last time. And set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. All 12 tribes coming back as one. It says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place. Check this out. So once we begin to rule, it says, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. So once we rule as Israelites, these heathens will be male slaves and female slaves. And it says, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So the same people who are oppressing us now, when the tables turn, we go oppress them in the near future, man. That's it. And we're going to go back to Isaiah 60. The scriptures even say we're going to be bragging in their face. We're going to be bragging that we rule over them, that we're going to be taking their riches. Yes, that's the role of a heathen. And even going into stuff like this in prophecy, because I think this is important as far as prophecy go. Because you have people like Vocab Malone, Christians in a whole, they'll say, yes, salvation in the kingdom of heaven for everybody. But when you get straight to the point, yeah, we can go tit for tat. Well, Apostle Paul said this. Well, the Old Testament said this, and they'll pull one from Apostle Paul, and then we'll pull one. You know how to get straight past all the tit for tat? Go to prophecy. You said, oh, y'all say that everybody go be one in the kingdom of heaven, but what's the role of the heathens according to prophecy once the Israelites rule? And they go be slaves, man. They're going to be slaves. You see? That's why it's important to explain that. They're going to have to know their role. They're going to have to be, or they are being told their role in the kingdom. And ultimately, when you go to prophecy and see this what the heathens go be doing, you can't say that's salvation for everybody. Because if you're going to be a slave and oppressed and being ruled over, we might have to get Revelation 2. And with around 26, Yahweh Shai say we go beat them with a rod of iron and dash them into pieces. How is that salvation? How is that the kingdom being for you as well? You see? So when you get straight to prophecy and see what's the role of these heathens in the kingdom, that prove itself is not for everybody. But let's finish reading. It says, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and for handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass in that day, or in the day, that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. So once we put hell on these other nations, we gonna be chilling. We gonna be chilling. We gonna be resting, feet up. I'm gonna have my feet on the Edomite back, and I wish you would budge. I don't want. I wish you would budge. You see? But how is the kingdom now? I'm making this argument against the Christians. This proves when we hit these prophecies on what the Jesus, as they say, Jesus or Yahweh Shai, what his rulership gonna be like, the heathens ain't on the same page as the Israelites, man. And prophecy say so. But let's go back to Isaiah 60. This is back in Isaiah 60 and verse 11. It says, therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night. Now, when you go back into the ancient world, we had villages, cities with high walls and gates. And when the nighttime came, they'll close the gate because one, buying and selling to be done with, and also they'll close the gate to keep out enemies, intruders. But the Lord is saying right here, once we get in the kingdom, ain't no gate closing. We gonna get these riches of these heathens day and night. We ain't gotta worry about no intruders. We gonna be balling continually, man. Off the backs of who? Off the backs of these heathens. So now we see their role as we're gonna read, but this is their role in the kingdom of heaven. They're gonna be there as slaves for a long 1,000 years, as Revelation 20 say, and then after 1,000 years, the nation of Edom go be exterminated. Read Obadiah, the whole chapter. You got Ezekiel at the end of Ezekiel 35, verse 15 and 16. If a brother want to post that, it pretty much going to when the whole world rejoice. Now, when the whole world gonna rejoice? When the righteous on authority. But it says when the whole world rejoice, that Esau gonna get cut off. These things are true, man. These things are true, and it gotta be said. It ain't like we just gonna beat up by ourselves. No, the heathens, they gotta know their role. Because they always hope for a kingdom of heaven, thinking it was, Jesus was gonna come give it to them. No, it make my heart, it tickle my fancy when they figure out that the Bible say when the true Israelites rule, this kingdom that they always thought was gonna be for them, these Christians and these Edomites, they realizing it's for us. And once we rule under the one they think is they call Jesus, in so-called Jesus kingdom, they gonna be slaves. I think that's better. I think that's a better story than just saying no, it's for the Israelites and heathens can't be there. No, I want them to know, because they always look forward to Jesus coming. Well, in so-called Jesus kingdom, which is his name, Yahweh, you gonna be a slave in there. You see, that's their role. Isaiah 16:11. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. Hold on. Salvation is clear now for everybody. Gentiles gonna be serving us, not with us. It says, here it is, for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. They ain't gonna have no choice. You know how in this world we got a choice on if we want to celebrate Christmas. We got a choice on if we want to, do certain things that's of this world. But in our kingdom, Esau ain't gonna have no choice on if you want to go to the Passover or not, or honor the Passover. You ain't gonna have no choice. You're gonna do it. All nations, if you don't want to come get this cup, I might even have a red solo cup. And just to tell you so, go come get my red solo cup. If you don't do it, yeah, they're gonna have great judgments coming towards them. This don't sound like salvation for everybody, man. But as we reading, the heathens gonna be there though. They're gonna be on earth with us. Because remember, the kingdom ain't gonna be floating in space or just one big building with 12 doors. No, it's gonna be on earth. We're gonna have palaces here and businesses here and different things in the earth, like right now. It's gonna be life right now, how it is now, but upgraded. All nations gonna be on earth still as we ruling. It's just that the Israelites rulership is called the kingdom of heaven, but it's gonna be on earth. You see, it says, for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. That's in Revelation 5 as well, that we're gonna rule on earth. It says, for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly destroyed. I'm gonna jump down. It says, verse 14, and the sons also of them that afflicted thee. So these heathens who afflicted us, it says, they shall come bending unto thee. And all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. And they shall call thee the city of Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. It says, for whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations. Let me see. Right, let's go to Isaiah 61. That's Isaiah 60. We're going to go to Isaiah 61 because it got a little more I want to hit. And we go wind it down here in a few, if the Lord say the same. But it's Isaiah 61. Now, I mind you, in Luke chapter 4, our Lord Yahweh, who the world ignorant called Jesus, he quoted this chapter. He quoted verse 1 and verse 2. And he stopped at verse 2, closed the book, and sat down and told him, today is this fulfilled in your ears, right? Remember when he read, when he went in the synagogue, and he said, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me because the Lord anointed me to preach good. When he read that, he sat down. This the thing. If Yahushua wouldn't have closed the book and sat down, if he would have kept reading, you feel me? If he would have kept reading, he would have read what all we about to read. How the heathens gonna serve us and we're gonna rule over them in the kingdom. The point is why he stopped right there, because it wasn't a time to speak of vengeance yet. It wasn't a time to, for the heathens, speak that message yet. He was bringing comfort. He was bringing a relief to our people, speaking the kingdom of heaven. But that's why he closed the book. It wasn't ready for the rest. We here speaking the rest, letting these people know, look, this is your end, man. Because of what you done to us, this is what you're gonna have to go through once we rule. Now, the point I bring Yahushua up is because if this man quoted verse 1 and 2 and stopped, you don't think he'll agree with the rest of this? So he'll agree with verse 1 and 2, but he don't agree with everything else we're about to read. Now let's see what's gonna be the heathen's lot still as we rule. Now this is Isaiah chapter 61. I'm gonna start at 2. It says to proclaim to the I'm gonna just start at 1. Isaiah 61 and 1. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because the Lord have anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He have sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prisons to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord. And that's when Yahushua closed the book and sat down. But if he didn't close the book, this is what he would have read. And this is what also the gospel is, not just the good news for us, but it says, and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn. So that's a part of the gospel too, to make us feel good, man. Not just that we gonna be saved, that the kingdom for us, yeah, that make us feel good, but to know that we gonna get our payback on these heathens, to know we gonna rule over them. That's comforting as well. Not just to say, y'all ain't gonna be there, y'all ain't gonna see the kingdom. We is, don't know. I want them to see us balling and to whip their ass while we balling. You feel me? And we gonna, the Lord gonna tell us we gonna brag in their face, man. How we gonna be taking their riches. But let's finish reading. It says, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, right? That mourn in Zion. And if Yahushua quoted it, he believed all this. It says, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called the trees of righteousness, the planting of Yahweh, that he might be glorified. Now let's jump down. It says, verse 4, and they shall build the old waste, because America ain't gonna be the only place that's gonna get destroyed. The land of Israel gonna get destroyed, and other places the Lord might have, but those two specifically. The difference is the land of Israel will get built back up, not America. So when it says they shall build the old waste, our homeland gonna get built back up. Remember, it was a promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob long ago, so we gotta go back there. But guess who ain't gonna build it? Us. We ain't gonna build nothing up. It says, let's find out who gonna build it up. And they shall build the old waste. They shall raise up the former desolations. They shall repair the waste cities, the desolations of many generations. And strangers, they gonna build it up. The heathens, which prove also they gonna be in the kingdom of heaven, which will be on earth. They gonna be there. They gotta be there. Now, is it for them? No, we got precepts early. No, it's for us, clearly. But they gonna be there. We can't take that out the doctrine because it's a part of it. Because even that, they need, man, I think that'll mess up an Edomite mind that much more. Not just telling them, no, the kingdom for us, y'all ain't gonna be there. Because now they leaving like this nigga. They got a chance to say whatever. Well, he bugged out. Well, Jesus says for everybody. They got a chance. It's a great area there. Well, where we gonna be? Where we gonna disappear? Where all the nations gonna be? See, it's a gray area. But if you tell them, no, look, the kingdom of heaven is for us. The Lord promises for us. As the Israelites, we gonna get beamed up salvation coming to us. But once we establish under our Lord Yahushua, who y'all call Jesus, once he establishes dominion on earth, the heathens won't be on the same level as the Israelites. We're gonna be superior to y'all. And just like now in y'all world, we gotta serve y'all, work for y'all. That's what y'all gonna be doing once we rule. So yeah, y'all will be there. It will be heathens in the kingdom of heaven. but y'all gonna be the servants and slaves to the Israelites. And that's when you hit them precepts. So now they leaving knowing, damn, well, Jesus is gonna set up a kingdom, but I'm gonna be a slave in the kingdom. That's gonna fuck their mind. Excuse me for my language, but that's gonna mess their mind up. Hebrews 4 and 12. When they know this kingdom that I always was taught about, learned about, I'm gonna be a slave in there. Yes. You feel me? Yes. Yes. I think that's more terrifying than saying they ain't gonna be there at all. Because now they don't want to look forward to the Lord coming. They don't want to look forward to no kingdom because they know what's in it for them. Come on, man. This is Isaiah 61 and 5 again. We're going to wind it down. It says, and strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and vine dressers. So they ain't just going to be building up our kingdom. Now, remember how we was in the field picking cotton, finding gold for Esau? That's what the Lord telling us. The strangers go stand and feed our flocks. They going to feed our cattle. They going to be out there, sweating, got shit on them. And it says, and the sons of aliens shall be your plowmen and vine dressers. They go be in the field. And if you missed the quota, if you missed, I might even have me a cotton field just cause to bring it back to the early times in America. Put that in Esau, man. I might have me some cotton fields. Where only Esau working them. And if he don't come back with the quota, I'm cutting their hands off just like he did our people. Right? But you see, they roll in the kingdom. They go be serving in the fields with the flocks, building up. Bringing they all their riches, they spices and everything. That's gonna be their job, man. Paying taxes. You see? And it says, but ye, so as the strangers in the field, let's read 5 and 6 together. But strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and vine dressers. But ye, so us Israelites, as they're in the field, it says, but ye shall be named the priest of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And men shall call you the ministers of our God. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles. Check this out. And in their glory shall ye boast yourselves. Let's get the NLT. Let's get the NLT. Let's see what that say. In their glory, we're gonna boast ourselves. Let's read that. Let's see if we got anything good. Isaiah 61, what it was, verse 6. I'm going to read the NLT. We might read a couple of translations. Isaiah 61 and 6. So in the kingdom, it says, verse 6, NLT, you will be called, talking about the Israelites, the priest of the Lord, ministers of our God. You will feed on the treasures of the nations and boast in their riches. As they bringing us their riches, we gonna be stunting on them. We gonna be so in the kingdom of heaven, we gonna be stunting on these heathens, man. Come on, look, they do it to us now. They tell us, look, you know, we couldn't go in certain restaurants, certain establishments, right? We gonna be talking our same shit, man. Let me see if we got something else. Amplified version. It says, but ye shall be called the priest of the Lord, and people will speak of you as ministers of our God, and you will eat the wealth of the nations. See, we gonna get all this stuff, and you will boast of their riches. So we gonna be talking shit to them that they bringing us their riches. You know, yeah, you better be back to the first of the month. I want all of it, and bring your daughter too, because I know you just had one. You know, well, I know she of age now. Say that. You know, I know she of age now. You see? Yeah, bring that. And bring some spices. You see? Yeah, man, it's gonna be exciting. But at least we know the heathens will have a role in the kingdom of heaven. They're gonna be there. But what's the purpose of them being there? To serve the Israelites. To serve the Israelites. Let's go back to Isaiah 61. It says, verse 7, for your shame ye shall have double, right? For what we went through, the Lord gonna bless us for that. He gonna reward us for that. And for confusion, they shall rejoice in their portion. Let me see what that's saying in NLT. Yeah, we're gonna enjoy this. It says NIV, instead of your shame, you will receive a double portion, and instead of disgrace, you will rejoice in your inheritance. We gonna be, man. It says, and so you will inherit a double portion in your land, and everlasting joy will be yours. I'm gonna read this. I gotta start at 8. It says, for I Yahweh love judgment. For I Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai love judgment. And see, that's what get us excited. We love it too. To come to find out when it's all said and done, this kingdom of heaven that everybody will hope for, that's not Israelites. They thought they was gonna have America and the kingdom of heaven. Now they finding out no, it's for us, and you gonna be a slave in the kingdom of heaven. You know how crazy that is to think that? Because you know, people always thought about this Jesus character. He go come back and rule, which you know the character is man, Yahweh Shai. His name wasn't Jesus, right? I'm scoffing at the name Jesus. But people thought Jesus, so-called, was coming back in good spirits to get everybody, and everybody's gonna be happy in heaven and see all your parents and your great-grandparents and your friend, your second grade teacher. Now come to find out when you go into what the kingdom gonna be like, no, it's Yahweh Shai and his people ruling over the heathens. You know how mind-blowing it is to some people when they find out this kingdom of heaven they always wished and waited for, they're gonna be slaves in it. You know how man, you know how crazy that is. Right, but we love judgment because that's gonna be the end all be all, man. It says, for Yahweh love judgment, I hate robbery. For burnt offering, I will direct their work in truth, and I will make an everlasting covenant with them. That's the second covenant. It says, and their seed shall be known among the Gentiles, and their offspring among the people. And all that see them shall acknowledge them, that they are the seed which Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai have blessed. So even in the kingdom, the nation's gonna have to admit, hey, I'm being funny, but man, y'all them niggas, man. No, I'm being funny, but they gonna have to admit that we the nation the Lord blessed. They gonna look at us and be like, yeah, they gonna shake their head like, yeah, y'all them, y'all, you know, because they ain't gonna be on the level. They gonna get it in that day. Like, look, this was all in the Lord's story. Now we here and y'all our servants. Told y'all, they gonna get that. They go acknowledge us. See now, and look, all Israel gonna be known in that day. Now we don't know who Israelite foreigners, and well, I don't know because his daddy, I don't know he could dance. No, all our nations, every Israelite will be known. They Israelites in this day. Ain't nobody go ask, well, who your father go back to. We gonna look different from the heathens. We gonna smell different from the heathens. We gonna have a different stature about us. We gonna have a different mindset about us, man. They still go, remember, they still go be in these little bodies that we got now. They still gonna be sneezing and they wake up and got a migraine. We gonna be in perfection, man. We ain't gonna look like them. That's what we talking about. That's the kingdom of heaven. Yeah, the heathens, I want them to be there. I don't want to just be there as Israelites and we stunting in front of each other. Well, look, this is what I can do, brother. Well, look at my cherry. No, I want to stun on them. I want to stun on some heathens, man. You see? But I'm gonna probably end it right there. Let me see if I got something. Kind. But yeah, I end it right there. Matter of fact, let me get this. This Revelation 2, since we mentioned it earlier, which Yahweh Shai said. This in the kingdom of heaven. This side of the one they call Jesus, this out of his mouth. Revelation chapter 2, and straight to the point. In verse 25, it says, but that which ye have already, which is this truth, our faith, these things we believe in, right? The Lord said, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with the rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my father. And I remind you, the Lord is talking about when he set up his kingdom, that's going to happen. And just a FYI, the kingdom of heaven is the Lord rulership. So his people going to be beating these nations down with a rod of iron. But again, I'm going to say this. It ain't just that we going to be whipping their ass every day. Let's get Proverbs 29 and 2. It ain't just going to be that. We're going to teach them the law, teach them how to live. Now, if they go off, we're going to judge them according to the law. Say if you got an Edomite trying to sneak out his cabin to go be a rainbow flag supporter with another Edomite, you know, we gonna catch wind of that. We gonna bring them up, you know, bring him to the, I don't know how it's gonna be, but we're gonna bring him to whatever brother province he may be in. Oh, so we found out you was trying to be a spicy skittle, huh? What's gonna be the judgment? It gotta be death. If they was doing it, it's gonna have to be death. But for example, we're gonna lay out the law, and then us bringing out these holy judgments, they go wanna get right. They go wanna keep it. But them seeing what a righteous rulership gonna lead to, clean water for them, real food for them as heathens. They ain't gotta worry about their children outside and getting kidnapped, in traffic. They ain't gonna have to worry. Chemtrails in the sky, they ain't gonna have to worry about that. We gonna run the earth how it's supposed to be ran. So it ain't all bad for the heathens either. Yeah, it's bad for Esau, but it's not all bad for these heathens. After 1,000 long years, we gonna give them their land back. That's in Isaiah 14. We're gonna give them their land back. Esau gonna be exterminated, and they gonna love it. Let's get that before we end it. After 1,000 long years, let's get Revelation 20 first. Let's get that. We're gonna get Revelation 20. After 1,000 long years, they go look. They sentence gonna be over. We're gonna give certain heathens, except Esau, they land back. They're gonna have to service from them lands, bring us their riches and all that, and they gonna love it, man. So really, the Israelites ruling is a benefit for the whole world. Although the heathens won't be on the same level for us, it's gonna be a benefit to them as well. So we ain't here just saying we just gonna beat y'all backs all day. No, we're just gonna be a better life. You're gonna be taught righteousness, man. That's what we talking about. So yeah, we want them to beat us so they can learn about our power, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua too, and how to be perfect too, man. But let's get this real quick. This Revelation 20 and 4. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. This is going into the 144,000 ruling with Yahushua. It says, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of the Most High, which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. Here it is, and they lived and reigned with Mashiach 1,000 years. Now it's clear Yahushua got an everlasting kingdom. It's said all over the scripture. So he's not just going to rule for 1,000 years. So you telling me he been waiting 2,000 some years to rule, and then when he finally get it, it's just 1,000 years. No, this 1,000-year period, because again, our Lord, our kingdom gonna be forever. This 1,000-year period is gonna be the time that is gonna take us as Israelites, starting with Yahushua, and getting these heathens to put the earth back in order, to refresh the earth. This is gonna be 1,000 years of long, hardcore captivity to get the earth right. You see? But it says, verse 5, but the rest of the dead lived not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection. You see, so once the 1,000 years over that, then they can get to this point. We're gonna give them some land back, and they're gonna serve us. Let's get that in Isaiah 14, and then I ended off Proverbs 29 and 2. This Isaiah 14. Now this is going into us ruling, right? We read this earlier. The Lord giving us rest right now in this chapter. Now this is going into Esau, the so-called white man, by way of America falling, and how the Lord, pretty much scoffing at him. Now this is what he gonna say. Verse 18. Let me see what I'm gonna start at. I'm gonna read 12 and jump down. Isaiah 14 and 12. So the Lord said, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, so-called white man, right? Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations, right? How you fallen from rule? How you fell from rulership? You had the biggest, baddest military. It says, for thou said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will also sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. Now, this is the so-called white man in America mindset. Now, we're going to go down because by this time in this chapter, America destroyed. And I was going to jump into us being in the kingdom. Now, I say this. Verse 16, and they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Verse 18, it says, so once we're in the kingdom, it says, verse 18, all the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. Right? So after 1,000 years, we're going to give certain pieces, parts of land back to these heathens. But for Esau, it says, but thou are cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch. After 1,000 years, he gonna be exterminated. The heathens go get certain portions of lands. Esau gonna be exterminated after the 1,000 years. He gonna be cast out. He ain't gonna get no land. According to Amos, the 9th chapter, the tribe of Judah gonna get the land of Edom. So he gonna get exterminated. And it says, as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword that go down to the stones of the pit, and as a carcass thou art trodden underfoot, thou shalt not be joined with them in burial. So Esau, he ain't gonna better enjoy the kingdom of heaven like these heathens will. Because after time, after 1,000 years, they will love an Israelite ruled world, man. They gonna love it. If they love us, want to be like us now, and we in captivity, right? The last high first fired. If we the trendsetters of the world, how much more when we in perfection ruling the world? They gonna want to be us, man. It says, thou shalt, but for Esau, it says, thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain the people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. So he gonna get cut off. Now I'm gonna get Proverbs 29. After Esau get cut off, this what the nation, how the nation's gonna be feeling, man. This Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2, straight to the point, and I end it. It says, when the righteous are in authority, so once we rule as Israelites, you see, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So after 1,000 long years of them slaving, suffering, going through what they put us through, seeing Esau being exterminated, which that's gonna put fear into them even more. They gonna see what, damn, following the law, statutes, commandments. Look what this get us: a beautiful world, beautiful skies, water, animals. Ain't no animal extinct. Family in order, right? That's what they're gonna realize, man. Having these Israelite rule is the best thing that could have happened to them. To them as heathens, having us rule over them, man. And they're gonna realize that. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. But I'm gonna end it right there. I just want to touch on that, just watching this video. And Jake, this Christian was asking a question. So only the bloodline Israelites can get into the kingdom. And Jake said, yeah, it ain't. He went to the 12 in Revelation 21, the 12 gates. But I mean, the kingdom gonna be on earth. So is the kingdom inside one building with 12 gates? No, it's gonna be on earth. You see? Everybody gonna be there. All nations gonna be there. But what's gonna be the role of the nations compared to the Israelites? That's the difference. They're gonna be slaves and serving us, and we're gonna be superior and ruling forever, man, in perfection. So yeah, they will be there. But I'm gonna end it right there, though. A Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. With that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Chakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you walking out there. We're pushing this word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believe in on the gospel. Hey, keep fighting, keep pushing, and we're almost out of here. And with that, shalom.